Hello guys, and welcome to another new D&D video. I know it's been a while since I dropped a video, but I have been thinking a lot about Dungeons and Dragons like normal because I have, even though this is a long weekend for most people, and the library and community centers are usually closed for the long weekend, but because we're having such a horrible heat wave here in Northern California and such high temperatures. Um, these facilities also act as cooling centers, and so the county has decided to leave them open for the long weekend, which is great because I get to still continue my D&D campaign that I'm running every other Saturday. And I was a couple of weeks back. I'd say it's been like a week now, maybe more. Twitter was all uh, everybody was excited or had something to say or weigh in on the D, One D&D announcement by Wizards of the Coast. And One D&D, if you don't know by now, and you probably do if you're watching this video because it's not something that just came out. Like I said, it's been a few days now, maybe like a week and a half. I lost track of time. But earlier in this month, um, the Wizards of the Coast revealed their uh, the Dungeons and Dragons One D&D kind of a play test. So it's basically kind of the same concept of what they did back in 2014 when fifth edition came out. And but prior to that, they did a whole bunch of play testing. And if you think back to even the old days, like second edition, they didn't have the internet back then, so it was not easy to do. What they did is they were when they were transitioning for first to second edition, they were interacting with the fans via letters like snail mail, and people would write like letters to the editor, to Dragon magazine, and to Dungeon magazine, which was where the ways that the fans interacted back then with the developers. And nowadays, obviously, it's a lot easier process due to the internet. And I thought what I would do today, I'm not gonna really go into the uh, the material that's been released for the playtest because you can go on the web. There's a lot of people that already done that. I think Bob the Builder has a good one, and there's a couple of other YouTubers that focus on D&D have really good summaries of them or really good things to say. So I'll probably link those on the description of this video. But I thought what I would focus primarily on today was because I'm kind of like a day late because today's, as I record this, is September 2nd, 2022. And on September 1st, yesterday, at the beginning of the month, was when they opened up the feedback portion. So basically, you can play test the material, and all along the way, all the way up to the a new release that they're planning for 2024, which is the 50th anniversary of D&D. They're gonna have a whole new source book, so a whole new player's handbook, a whole new dungeon master's guide, a whole new monster manual, and they're gonna incorporate some of these playtest rules so that they can tweak it. I don't know whether they're doing this, to be honest. I'm very happy with the way 5e turned out, and so are a lot of people. I've been playing 5th edition pretty much almost a year now, on and off at our local game on a hobby store here in NorCal, and I think it's a good system, but they want to tweak it once again. They want to streamline some things, and again, there's been a lot of discussion. There's a lot of controversy over it. Twitter was kind of all people were kind of like weighing in, and so I'm gonna link a video or two regarding the announcement or regarding the new mechanics. But what I wanted to do specifically, because I haven't seen anybody do this yet, and I'm kind of curious of doing it myself, is you can give the developers, Wizards of the Coast, some feedback about what you think about the what they put out so far regarding the new mechanics, regarding the upcoming edition in 20 all the way. I can do it now all the way up to I think early 2023, but it started. The playtest started this yesterday, and there's a survey. There's a survey on the D&D Beyond website, And I will also put a link to it. But I think what I'll do is I'll go through the survey and just take the survey and give my feedback right along with you guys, so you can see what the process is, at least the initial steps, so we can take a look together at what they're asking us regarding this new playtest code that they're calling One D&D. I guess I watched the announcement video, and they want to talk about how they're trying to be cohesive into one D&D, you know, and I personally I think it's kind of a stupid name, because it kind of sort of assumes that people are going to forget, or are not going to really take into consideration that there's been 40 years of product already. But be that as it may, today I'll go ahead and take the survey, and you can see what they're asking us. And if you want to shape the future of the game, you can go ahead online and do the survey yourself. And so, without further ado, as they say, let's go ahead and jump right into that. So as you can see, I have put on my glasses so I can take a better look at this survey that we're going to be looking at. Um, Here's the Unearth. I have a copy of the Unearth Arcana 22 character origins document, which I alluded to earlier. And as I said, I'm not really going to go too much into the character races or the character backgrounds or any of this new material, or the spell system, or any of the changes that they're planning on or they're asking us to test. And just gonna go straight into the uh, the survey right here. So here we are, and you can get this by going to Wizards of the Coast character or origins through One D&D or D&D Beyond for Wizards of the Coast. And it says if you haven't read these options yet, you can find them here. And I think if you do that, it takes you to that document. And I'm going to leave a link on the description of this too. But yeah, it just basically takes you to the one D&D character origin video, and then you can go down and hit take survey, and that's how you get to the actual survey itself. So let's just jump into it. I don't know how long this is going to take, but it shouldn't take too long, hopefully. So if you haven't read the options, so basically tells you read the options first, which were released in the Honor Arcana document on August 18th. It was August 18th, and here is it. And they're talking about this document with all the new changes. Okay, so would you like to rate the material presented in character origins? Yes, I would. That's the first one. What was the first edition of D&D that you played? The first one I played really was first edition. I went back and played some basic, but the very first edition I was first edition. So old school that way. Next. Oh wow! Which of the following character origin options have you playtested? I haven't play tested any of them now, but if I did, it would probably be the Dragonborn, because I like playing Dragonborns. Maybe a dwarf, orc, or maybe I haven't play tested any. I guess to be honest, I haven't play tested any of them, but I would like to. But those are the ones that I really want to get into. How satisfied were you overall with the character origin options as presented in the article? Oh, so here we go. So let's see. I was not very. I was kind of dissatisfied. The human is always a dissatisfying class, or race rather, option. I guess we're not calling them race now because we don't want to be racist or something dumb like that. But character options is oh well, character races. I guess the document refers to them as racist. But be that as it may, the human, what do they get? They get um, exalted. These are some of the options that they have. I think what I read most is that as a human, you now have the special traits to be resourceful, which you gain inspiration whenever you finish a long rest. I really don't like this, to be honest, because I feel that inspiration is something that shouldn't be locked to a specific race benefit or locked to a specific race. it should be just. I think inspiration is fine the way they have it now. It's up to the DM's discretion. Skillful, you gain proficiency in one skill of your choice. Okay, that's not bad. And versatility, you gain the skill feat or another first level feat of your choice. There's other options, but I'm gonna say I'm dissatisfied because I am. Ardling, I'm very dissatisfied with this one, or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe just dissatisfied because what the hell is an Ardling? An Ardling is if you read through the documentation, it's basically the opposite of a demonic race or subclass or what have you. No, yes, I think that's true. It's and a lot of people have talked about how we already have some option like that, which is like the Osimar. Um, see, I don't know if they describe it to like in very big detail, but basically it's like new. And let's take a quick look at it. Just I said I wasn't going to get really too into it, but let's just take a quick look at what they have for this Ardling character option. If I can find it, human. Here's the Ardling. And Ardlings are supernatural beings. Is on page 3 of the document. Page 3 of the document. Ardlings are supernatural beings who are either born on the upper planes or have one or more ancestors who originated there. Their bright souls shine with the light of immortal beings who call the upper planes home. An Ardling has a head resembling that of an animal. Typically, this is the thing that you can actually use a head of an animal. So it's kind of like an Osimar, but it's heavenly, and you can use different faces of animals. I don't know. I think I think it's redundant, and I don't like it. Dragonborn. I read through the Dragonborn, and I was okay with that. Dwarf. Um, Yeah, they didn't change too much dwarf traits. I think the stone cutting kind of other, but I guess I was satisfied. It's hard to do this radio button things. You just gotta get them just right. Elf, I don't know. I don't haven't really played too many elves. So I don't really think they changed that much. The one thing they do is they kind of streamline everything. So I don't think there's gonna be as many elves as we had in the previous player handbook. In fourth edition, you had the Eladrin, which I thought were cool, and in fifth edition, you have like the high elves and the other a couple of other elves. But there's all these other source books where there's races of elves everywhere. Gnomes, I guess, satisfied with that. Halfling, yeah. Orc. Um, I'm not very satisfied with a lot of these. So I'm just gonna go there. They're okay. Next, what do you want to know? Survey. How satisfied are you with the elements of the human character as presented in the resourceful? Oh, they want you to go with, this is the one I don't like. Resourceful, kind of dissatisfied. Skillful, I guess it's okay. Versatile is okay. Common the human. And why do humans why do humans never seem to get ah go back to get interest interesting options? I don't like having the inspiration mechanic inspiration mechanic tailored or how do you say that? I guess tailored is not the right word. Having the inspiration mechanic tied to a specific character option or class or race. I guess race is the right word. Okay. Next, So hopefully you guys get an idea of what this is about. They just want to ask us about the different options that they presented on the document. How satisfied are you in the elements art and character? I don't like it at all. So I'm gonna be dissatisfied with all of it. Why do we even need this option? Don't we have similar um, options in 5B? For example, there is the ASMR, and I don't know if I'm spelling ASMR correctly, but that's how I think it's spelled. So we're already like almost a quarter of the survey done, so it's not going to take that long. How satisfied are you with the elements of the Dragonborn character reference? I'm satisfied. Damage resistance. The breath weapon is okay. Damage resistance. I'm gonna say I'm very dark vision. Have they always had dark vision? I think they did. I'm satisfied with that. The chronic language, okay. I don't have any comments. It's optional, so I'm gonna go keep going. And how satisfied are you with elements of the dwarf character as presented? Very satisfied. They should have dark vision. I do think Darwin is toughness is good. Stone cutting, it's okay. Forge wise is okay. Okay, next. So this is just gonna be about the subclasses, I think, because that's what we got so far. How satisfied are you with the elements of the gnome character? Dark vision, satisfied, very satisfied. You know, they don't get a lot. They get languages. So it does not look like much has changed for them. Not really, if you read through the rules. How satisfied are you with the elemental halfling character option? Um, you know, satisfied. I don't play a lot of halflings. The ones I did were okay, and I didn't see any changes in this Unearthed Arcana that um was too radical. Next, not really leading a lot of feedback unless I really have something to say. How satisfied are you with the elements of the orc character? Adrenaline rush. That's pretty good. Dark vision, that's good. Power build, I don't even know what power build is. I should look at the orc and take a look at what the hell that means. If you will oblige, and if you will oblige me and sort of hanging tight as I take a refresh. It's been a couple of days since I read this. Okay, so orcs of many worlds, relentless insurance, um, power build. What are they asking me? They're asking me how satisfied are you with the power build? Power build, powerful build. You count as one size larger, but determining your carrying capacity and the way you can push, drag, or lift. Well, that should already happen. I don't know. I guess that's satisfying. Relentless endurance is what again? Uh, when you are reduced to 0 hit points but not killed, you can drop to 1 instead. Once you use the straight, you can do so again. Okay, so you can drop to 1. So basically, you're hard to kill. I guess that's all right. Next, how satisfied are you with the elements of the tiefling character? Dark vision. You know, these things are not radical. Fiendish legacy, abysmal, Cotonic, and infernal. Okay, I'm satisfied with all of those. Otherworldly presence. Okay, that's the tiefling. How satisfied you with the character background that's presented in the okay character backgrounds? Um, the thing is, skills are going to be tied to backgrounds. I think for the most part, if I remember correctly, um, there are some radical changes in the backgrounds for characters. Using the rules, the background pictures, ability scores. When you determine the ability scores, you choose them. So it's kind of like what they started doing with Tasha, the Tasha book, Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. and they're just kind of making this official now, or at least trying to make it official if the players approve. So you choose a couple of skills, and then you're proficient with a tool, um, ability scores, and then you get them. You get it depending on the background that you have. I like the fact that they gave us a lot of backgrounds to choose from. You know, I don't know. I haven't counted the ones that we had in the player's handbook. If this is like more or about the same. It seems like we have a few extra ones. Um, like we didn't have a farmer, and I don't know if we had the pilgrim or not. So, yeah, the main thing is the ability scores are tied to your back right now. So, I'm not dissatisfied with that. I don't know. It doesn't really change things too much. So I'm gonna go satisfied with that. Um, I still think having them with the races is makes sense, and so I don't know why they changed it, but it doesn't break the game or anything. I don't think so. How satisfied were you with the elements of the character background as presented? Background features, ability scores, eh, skill proficiencies. What do you do with the skill proficiencies? Skill proficiencies. I forgot what it gives you. Honestly, forgot what it gives you. I think it just gives you proficiency in the different skills depending on what you are. Like if you're a cultist, you are proficient with tools. If you this was part of not didn't change too much. So um tools, it's the same, kind of the same. It's tied to your background. If you're a criminal, you're gonna have tools. If you're a rogue, you're gonna be able to use um tools, language, feet. This is the thing, is that now you get feats on the backgrounds, where feats used to be kind of something that you can take depending on what you are. So um they just give you more feats. Really, it's nothing out of the earth, or I should say out of ground earth shaking type thing that'll change anything. So almost halfway done with this survey. Which of these backgrounds I haven't done any, so I have not tested any of these options, although I would like to, and I probably will before the end of the month. Oh, and then you look at the different backgrounds and see which ones you like or which ones you're okay with. I'm satisfied with pretty much all of them. The entertainer one, I'm not sure because it seems like kind of redundant. You already have a bard, and most of the bards are gonna pick entertainer, so I'm not sure about that. I really like the farmer because we didn't have that before. Oops, I went criminal when I meant to say entertainer. Sorry about that. Gladiator, um, not sure. I never really played those. Guard is good. All of these are like a lot of these are like NPC type things that you can use anyway. Hermit, I think Hermit was already there. Maybe not. Laborer, they just tweaked it. Laborer, um, sailor, yeah, something like that. You're not gonna get very low grades or very low ranks on this survey on my end because it doesn't really change a whole lot. Okay, next. We're halfway done, guys. Do you use feats when playing? Sometimes. I like to have feats. Um, some of them are cool. I haven't play tested any of the options, but I want to. Okay. Elements of the feats. Alert, yes. Crafter, yes, yes. I don't know about lucky because again, that's one of the things that used to be pertained to one specific job a one specific class. Like if you were, I think it's mostly a halfling that used to get that. Um, Not sure about this because I don't know about the new system. The new system seems to be just streamlined where you have three different sources now. Musician, not sure either because I think again that's kind of redundant. Savage attacker, yes, yes. I really like that they included this one because that seems to come up every time, the tavern brawler. So I'm very satisfied with that, and that one's good too. The only thing I'm afraid of is I don't want to have the feats overshadow. Like 3.5 got pretty crazy. 3.5 and other systems kind of went overboard. 3.5 and other systems kind of went overboard with the feats, and I fear that having too many may go that route. Although I think it's a good idea that they scale. I think it's a good idea that they will scale by level. That makes sense to me. Next. Okay, guys, hang in there. We're almost done. We're at 61%. How satisfied were you with the elements of the glossary section as presented? Um, I the testing terminology for testing is kind of stupid. I don't think we need it. I mean, why do we have to dumb everything down and say, oh, we have to have more. Um, it's like if you do a little bit of thinking, you don't need to dumb it down that much. So I don't really think we need it. So I'm not satisfied with that. This one's okay. This one's okay. Inspiration again. I think it should be up to. Don't take away the agency for that, and don't tie it to this different sub rate sub whatever options, different options. It should be up to you. I think it works the way. Honestly, I think it works the way it works now is fine. So I'm not satisfied with that. I never like when they do a radical change. This one's okay. This one's okay. Um, and I really don't know about the arcane, divine, or the primal list because it seems like they want to streamline that too. And I don't know. I think it's all right. In fact, as far as the system goes, I think it's a good idea to streamline that system in favor of not having them split up by classes. All right, next. How satisfied are you with the elements? Um, Rolling a one. Okay, I am satisfied with it. That should always happen. Rolling at 12. That's This one is the worst one because they're saying that always going to be successful, which doesn't make sense to me. It kind of takes away the excitement of having it happen because it's so rare. But if you make it successful every time, then it kind of loses, in my opinion, it kind of loses some of its impact. Same thing for crits. Um, the new system is terrible as proposed. I also think that should be able to. It should be able to, crit just to crit just like everyone else. So I don't really like that. And I don't think, honestly, I don't think a lot of people I talk to or on Twitter or on social media or in person like it either. So I really would be surprised if that's something that sticks around. Next, we are at 70% now. And why? Oh, how satisfied are you with the elements of as presented in um nope, only one at a time. Um I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't think they should change it really. But that's my opinion, which is what it's all about. I don't think they should change it. It works. It works just fine the way it does now. You don't need to fix it. You know the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't fix it because it's not broken. Next, how satisfied are you with um I don't have complaints about that. I actually think it's a good idea to interrupt it because it seems more realistic. It makes sense. Makes logical sense. Next, any additional comments? Don't change too much. Some of these, while I understand that you are trying to streamline things, some are not really necessary. Necessary. Uh, get a drink. Necessary. Damn, I don't know how to spell that word. There. Necessary, in my opinion. Okay. What's next? We're like at 80%. So what's next? What is your age? Oh, well, I've been playing. I've been around since 20. So what do you think? Well, which of the following represents your? Oh, seriously, I have to. I prefer not to answer that because what the hell does that have to do with anything? Next. Which one of these? Oh my God. There. Again, I don't know what this has to do with anything. 96%. Thank you for taking the survey. And it is very important to us. So there you have it. It's a quick survey. I think it took me like maybe 15, 20 minutes to get through all of them. They mostly want to um, uh, they mostly want you to respond and give your feedback about the document that's out, the Unearthed Arcana, and which came out on August 18th, which it's been out for a while now. So I don't know why they didn't. I guess they weren't ready to take feedback right away, but they didn't make the survey available online until now. And so we'll see. It'll be interesting to see how other people respond, and I'll be looking forward. I think at some point, and this is ongoing, but I don't know if they're going to do it face by face, where we're going to get responses, the different survey responses, every so often, or they're just going to do one big long one and let us know what the responses are at the very end. But I guess we'll find out. So thank you so much, guys. This is all I have now, and I'll catch you uh, later on.